And welcome to the quick test run of the XA25, the XA10, and the XA35. Now here's a quick tip. This video is only going to cover the bare backbones of all these cameras. So if you're looking for a more advanced tutorial, then just tune in because we're also going to be making that too. And we're back to the cameras. So first up, let's just pick up one of the cameras and let's just turn it on. The power button's next to the viewfinder right here. You just flick it on, but oh wait, where's the battery? Well, it's right here and it's fully charged. So let's slap that on in and turn it on, and then you're going to see a green light, and that means it's on. Next up, turn the camera around and you're going to see these auto, M, and cinema. What does that mean? Well, auto mode is basically all your settings are on auto, and all you gotta do is point, shoot, maybe zoom in a little bit, and you're ready to go. But you know, we're professionals, so we like to stick to manual and like to have our settings on manual. We like to set them ourselves. And for cinema mode, well, that's pretty much just to add filters and whatnot to your video. So I think that's better left to post. So unless you're really wanting that to do that right now, I guess you could switch cinema. But for now, let's just stay in manual and just ignore auto and cinema for now. If all you're seeing is black right now, just take off your camera hood or just open it up. It really depends on what's on the end of your lens. You may not even have one, which if you don't, that's fine. But I'd recommend getting one because it can take out the milky look in your image if it's really bright outside. And it's just good, so if you drop it, you know, less chance you're going to get damage to your lens. Alright, so now you're seeing colors, you're seeing your picture, now you're like, I want to record something, let's go record it, and you can. All you gotta do is hit the record button on the back of these cameras. They're the same on all three models, and there's also one at the main top in case you know you don't like reaching back there. But it's all up to you. Hold it up like this, you can press the button like that. It's easy peasy. So you just recorded some footage, but did you remember to put an SD card in? If not, that's okay. Just open up your viewfinder, and there you'll notice a little plastic casing here, a little plastic. Just open that up, and you can put your SD card in. By default, it's an A. Don't put your SD card in B unless you have it set to that in your menus. Don't forget to initialize your SD card, meaning it deletes everything and makes it compatible with the camera you're currently using. So now you're recording, and you got your SD card in, so everything is being recorded. But you're wondering, wow, this subject's really close, or it's too far away. Well, you can always change it by just zooming out or zooming in. And it can be found on the side and on the top of the 25 and 35 model, but the 10 model only has it on the main top. So you're recording now, and you got your SD card in, so everything's being saved. And you're zooming in and out, but your footage is kind of blurry. Well, all you would need to do for that is just adjust your little focus ring here. And also, a quick tip on the 25 and 35 models, they have a switch on the back that will let you change the focus ring from either a zoom or a focus. So to change your white balance, you just open up your screen and you go to your settings, and you'll notice white balance settings, and go to that, and you notice it has all these other like presets, like when you're outside or when you're under specific kinds of lights. Now you can change those and it may fix it, but it might not. But that's okay, don't worry. Thankfully, these cameras have a custom white balance feature, and all you're going to need to do is grab a white sheet of paper or find some kind of white backdrop and just zoom in on it and just hit the set WB button, and you're good to go. Your camera should be adjusted to the lighting and everything should be looking crisp and nice and just perfecto. But you know, you want some more control over what you can do on your camera. If you go into your functions, you can go to your recording programs, and you'll notice that a few settings come up. It's most likely set on P, which is auto exposure, so everything's set for you. But if you want a certain kind of image, or you're a professional who wants everything done himself, you can go over to manual and just adjust those settings there. Just play around and see what you can come up with. So your video's looking good, but what about your audio? Well, Thankfully, you can improve upon that, because these microphones and these cameras, they're decent enough, but you know, if you want something well done, either buy your own or, you know, borrow one. So once you put your microphone in the shoe, or your accessory shoe, depending on what kind of microphone you have, and if you have the accessory that lets you put a microphone in the optional holder, just open this little side compartment to plug in your microphone. You notice this little spot that says mic, just plug it in there. But depending on what microphone you have, you might not need to plug it in there. You might need to plug it in on the other side of your camera. And you'll notice this right here, it says input 1 and input 2. Put it in input 1. Once you have everything set up, flip over to the other side of your camera, and you notice specific settings. Now for this part, always have that set to on, and channel 1 automatic, and channel 2 automatic. And the other side is manual, so if you want to come over here and adjust your settings, you can get away with putting this in automatic, but if you're really picky about your audio and you want it to sound a certain way, or you're hearing something, some kind of disturbance in the background, set it over to manual, and you can adjust that as you like. You're also going to notice the plus 48 over here, and these other settings for input 1 and input 2. If your microphone needs a battery, needs some battery power, and it doesn't have a battery supply of its own, you can slap on over to plus 48, so your microphone will be powered by your camera. And you notice there's a headphone jack built right into your camera. So now if you want to like test your audio before you hit the record button, just hook up your headphones and you can listen to exactly what your camera is recording. But now you have all this newfound knowledge on this camera. So just go out and shoot yourself some footage, and who knows, you may be the next Spielberg, Kubrick, or maybe even David Lynch, who knows. But you know, this is Adrian Smith, and I'll holler at you later.